Previously on Tripped. We grabbed $70 round-trip tickets to St. Croix from Miami? A negative and positively wonderful test result, we found ourselves on the largest of the U.S. Virgin Islands. With our dog, of course. Last week, we got a little misty-eyed as we discussed the impact of the pandemic on the island. This episode, we can focus on the fun as we go jeeping through the jungle, relax in tide pools, catch a sunrise on the most eastern point in the USA, hunt for vaccines, and contemplate uncertain death against St. Croix's largest waves. If you're not subscribed, then you're missing 30 minutes of 2021 travel every Sunday. And while you're down there, like this video for this voiceover done in one take while standing in my closet with a blanket on my head. We're Tim and Finn, and this is Tripped. We're going through the center of the island to cut over to the north side. I don't think this is a frequently traveled route. It's worth it.
Is that worth a shot over there? See that arm? It's all right. I'm sure everybody appreciates it.
Now what? We're in the middle of the jungle.
Baby, it's like sunscreen. You committed. I'm proud of you.
I did, yeah. Tim did ask. He said, I'll go slow. And I said, no, go for the shot.
Is there an alternative way out of here if we get down? No, this is it. There's tire tracks, we'll be fine.
Famous last words. Oh my God. Tipped over. Oh.
None of this has been that terrible. I just still want to know what a tow bill looks like out here. So just a quick walk and scout because it's getting steeper. We're fine.
Are you ready?
We looked on the internet and people said they did it, so it's doable. This answers the question of why this Jeep was all smashed up when we picked it up. Like the bumpers were pushed in, it had gashes down the side. People take it to the tide pools.
Jesus, there's the water. Oh, okay. Okay.
I didn't know this was what I was gonna get to do today. This is my favorite thing to do on St. Croix. Imagine like I just woke up and then Finny took me surprise off-roading. That's amazing.
That's great. Wait, what in the world? Oh, look at, there's people there right there. Oh my God.
We just made a Jeep commercial.
Oh my God.
Jeep, you can reach me at Hello Tim and Finn.
Wow, this is definitely a
One
photo
of the
spot.
Toyota guy, but I'll take that Jeep.
Those people are like, what the hell?
Sick.
Oh my God.
That's ridiculous.
Don't go that way. Tim
Yes, go that way.
has his CDL, a commercial driver's license, from working for his parents' company. That is so important. Like, it's not just because we had this 4-wheel drive car, honey.
That's important if you're driving a big rig, delivering brake parts
I'm just
to
saying
California.
You're an experienced driver, and without his driving, there are places that if the tires weren't in the right exact spot, we would have been stuck in a groove and like stuck. Good job.
Nice, nice.
Oh my God. Well, we're here. Let's go see this. Let's go wash this off.
Careful. Well, nothing's gonna beat the off-roading this morning. The real reason we're here on the northwest side of the island, tide pools.
Let's go check them out.
Scale of difficulty to get out here today with the drive and the climb. Well, we also have a teddy bear dog, so factor that in. She's part dog.
That's beautiful though.
We were special for a little while, then everybody scared the cheap.
Leave it to us to DIY the like extreme tour. Word's still out. I haven't decided if going up is scarier or going down is scarier, but now that I just like know what to expect, at least on the way up, I'm telling Tim I just have to close my eyes and believe in you. Much like in a Spanish-speaking country where you just have to kind of not have that hearing and then just believe me when I'm like, okay, we're going over here now. And you're like, okay.
Wait, are you trying to say that your level of driving off-road is my level of speaking Spanish?
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't know you were such a great off-road driver.
Oh, God. And by the way, don't we have the best dog ever? Isn't she the best? Don't forget she's here. No way. No way. Oh my God.
This thing's pretty sick.
Oh my
God. Really make fun of it, but it's doing an awesome job.
Oh my God.
Baby, this was a fun day. This happened completely out of nowhere. We weren't even gonna film today, remember?
I know, I don't know. I'm
that's
glad
it,
that...
we're not working today, we're putting the cameras up. Okay, let's take a picture. Okay, let's film this. Now this whole thing.
You know, I'm glad you got your like optimal day. I clearly had no idea. And
You should own it. Yeah, I put this together for you, babe. I knew
obviously
you'd
would
love
not have
this,
done
babe.
this today because, like, we made some friends last night and had like a big night out, and then like we were gonna do something else this morning. I got pushed, and then just like, apart from scuba diving, what else are we gonna do here that's like more intense than this? And today was just like, oh, let's just take it easy today.
We'll find it.
Let's just go sit in the pools. Let's just go sit in the tide pools. Oh, I think that's it. Oh, I think we just made it. Oh,
Tarmac.
yes. We have to check out today. While it's always a very, very sad day to leave a beautiful resort when you also have an awesome room, one of our biggest travel tips that we always take advantage of is utilize your nicest property in the best way possible. So despite the fact that we have to check out of our room at 11, we're still going to use the amenities at the resort until we need to check in to the next property at around 3. Resorts usually will hold your luggage for you. So they have all of our stuff. We've got our bathing suits on under our clothes, and we're gonna hang out until we need to check in the next place. When we were even on a tighter budget, we did this in some locations where we just had one night at an expensive property with awesome amenities, and then we used it the day before we checked in and the day after. So if your room's not ready, you can still use the amenities and the next day. So that's a little travel hack, I guess. Our first couple nights were at the Fred, which was obviously vibes, goals, like sipping a martini at happy hour by the pool. But if you're looking to slow things down, something for a little bit more traditional, we're also staying here to show you like the quaint cottage by the sea at a place called Cottages by the Sea. Let me show you around.
So that's the cottage part, but what about the by the sea part? We are right by the sea. In fact, we already ran into a couple guys going out lobster hunting, spearfishing. Like, look how close we are. How are those prices?
I think we're better off just eating out at the restaurants.
This food's a little cheaper in Florida.
Yeah, it might even be cheaper at the expensive restaurants. Yeah, that was 150 bucks.
Come on, let's go.
Okay, we are not the only ones with this idea.
Tarte Pina.
Nice.
Alright. Yeah.
Wow. The early morning this morning was all to be the first in the United States to see the sunrise. Check out this spot.
Insular United States. So important.
What?
It's insular.
What's insular?
Like surrounding territories and areas. Yeah.
Yes, all of
The insulars.
US. I've never heard that word.
It's a Wikipedia word. We did our research before coming out here. And where are we? What is the name of this
This
place?
isn't quite the quick soundbite I had in mind, but this is Point Udall
Udall.
in St. Croix, which is one of the U.S. Virgin Islands. We're an hour ahead of Eastern time.
Wait, are we
quite early.
really?
Yeah.
Nice. 4 days here, 5 days. We're an hour ahead of Easter.
Well, see you later. Oh, check out the sundial. Sunrise here is a thing to do on the island. Yeah, and what's the deal with this, like, a telescope that we drove past on the way here? It was epic. Very long baseline array telescope.
Oh, it is a telescope.
I don't know if I don't have service. There's no information. This is insane. So cool. I've never seen anything like that.
It's all classified.
Wow.
I thought it was just
Is there one of those in Jurassic Park or something? Because it looks like it would be. The entire length of our stay, we're staying on the west side in Frederiksted, but Christiansted is the main area, and since Point Udall is over here on the east side, then we're gonna go check out the main town. And since it's kind of a drizzly day, this is the perfect thing to do. Just go see what the town looks like. And now that it's raining, I'm thinking that we were incredibly lucky to even just have that one glimmer of sunlight that came in through the sunrise.
It was a suggestion of sunlight this morning.
Yeah, but it could have been nothing, and then we would have been like, wait, are we waking up at 5 again to do this?
The lucky thing is we can wake up at 5 a.m. again this week and try it again.
Maybe. Here we are.
You girls stay in here. Stay warm, stay dry. I'm a boy, so I'll go out in the rain.
You're so
Put
brave.
up the windows. Don't worry. Stay in there. Stay cozy.
Good job, Tim.
Did you stay dry in here? Did you stay cozy? It's good. I wouldn't want you to catch a sniffle out there in the drizzle. All right, where to next? Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. The dog towel, lovely. What is going on here? What is this about?
Wait, it's still going on?
Our boat has sprung a leak. I'm obviously not doing something right.
Oh no.
Oh.
I mean, I do realize I'm not helping, but I think any wife would side with me, considering it was my suggestion to put the top and the windows on before it started raining. It's not raining anymore. Where do you want to go?
I'd love to go walk around in the drizzle.
It's not
Go
even
see this
raining.
old fort. So just making a few assumptions because we haven't been here before. This seems like one of those towns that is barely hanging in there tourism-wise when they've got cruise ships going on and it's not COVID, and I'm sure it's just been hit really hard by the lack of tourists for the past year. It was very quiet in town and almost everything was shut down in there, and it's Saturday, it's 8:30, it's not like crazy early, but hey, maybe we'll come back here and it'll just be pumping party everywhere, which wouldn't be good because there's not supposed to be parties, but you know, maybe it'll be busier.
The other thing that has semi-recently happened is this island is still recovering from the hurricane in 2017. So there's still even buildings that don't have roofs on them because either waiting for insurance money or just the support. So that's also just part of the story and the history here. Well, seeing the old buildings have inspired us to learn a little bit more about the island here, and we've been hearing the locals speak maybe some type of Creole, and then just as a linguistics person, like, I'm just curious. So St Croix was part of the Danish West Indies, although Danish wasn't really spoken. So other languages spoken throughout St Croix's history: Irish, Scots, Spanish, and French, as well as a now extinct Dutch Creole spoken by St. Thomas and St. John born people living in St. Croix. Oh, they come down here? As well as the local Creole English, which still exists today. Known on the island as Crucian, Virgin Islands Creole English is spoken by the majority of the population in informal situations. And then Spanish is spoken by migrants from Puerto Rico. Yeah, we've been seeing Puerto Ricans working at some of the hospitality jobs here. And then that's interesting about the St. Thomas and St. John born people speaking the Creole. If you're from the like domestic US states and you think of New Orleans or something, Creole is actually the word that's used to define a mix of languages. So Creole isn't in fact like a dialect or a language. It's just a word that's used to mean a mix of languages. And then that Creole then would have multiple linguistic rules that people follow. But anyways, this is part of what I like about the traveling, is just the language part. So that's cool that we're experiencing that here too, even though it's part of the US. And on that note, my passionate subject for the day is, I hope you know that the United States does not have an official language. English, of course, is widely spoken, but it is not the official language. That's why multiple government documents are also in Spanish and available in other languages as well, because in fact, it does not have an official language.
Here's the question. We're here in St. Croix and we just heard that they have extra vaccines for COVID, of course. You wouldn't want to fly in somewhere and obviously take something that's meant for residents here, but if they have to offload vaccines, why waste it? So now it's, hey, do we go over to this medical center and get vaccinated right away? And I think the simple answer is yes, because otherwise it's just getting thrown out.
Yeah, the word was that urgent care is just closing and they have extra doses. And some guy like ran over like, does anybody want a Pfizer vaccine? Okay, so if we get the first dose, can we even get the second dose anywhere?
That's what it looks like online. We could call our doctor on the way, see what they say.
Okay, you want to just call him right now?
Yeah. Well, they might be closed anyways. They were supposed to be closed at 2 and the guy who told us was quite drunk, so.
He was pretty drunk.
Okay, so let's drive down there right away.
So we're there, just like being digital nomads, sitting on the beach, watching these huge waves come in, when this visibly drunk guy comes rolling over and he goes, anybody want to get the Pfizer vaccine? And we both are like, ah! And he's like, no, seriously, the urgent care on the island is closing, and due to some appointments that were no-shows, they're gonna throw out all these vaccines. So, off to urgent care. I don't know, let's see.
They seem quite closed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe they do it outside here.
Yeah.
Okay, someone leaving, they used up all the extra doses, which is great. But I bet that's what it was. You know, word of mouth got out.
I mean, we've been seeing that a ton on social media as far, like,
Yeah.
I don't know how the logistics around that works, but just like people hanging out at pharmacies and then the people who are scheduled for appointments and stuff, like, you're better vaccinating people than throwing that stuff away. And you're not
Absolutely.
taking anybody's turn if they weren't going to be there anyways, right?
Yeah. If we found out, then like all the like expats who live here and stuff, like that went out
hours ago, I'm sure.
And we have talked to other people who live here on the island. Right now, when they're vaccinating, it's all 65 plus in Florida. And the people we were talking to were way younger. I think they were like mid-20s, and they're just saying like there's so many extra there.
They just have like enough here, yeah. Huh. All right, well, we tried. And we saw a new part of the island.
A strip mall.
A strip mall with Kmart and Pizza Hut.
Oh no!
It's inside the ocean.
Oh no! Whoa, here it comes.
Careful, everybody.
This is so crazy. People have, keep coming down to the same spot, or even locals, and they're saying this is the biggest they've ever seen the waves. And now we're starting to get a little bit nervous because the waves are crashing like right here, and we are a couple steps down. So hopefully we make it through the evening. We're gonna literally need to not leave anything on the ground. It's pushed the sand barrier up so far that now it's gonna just be like, if any of it crashes over the barrier, it's all downhill from here. Like it built up the sand mountain. It's like making it easier each time it goes over.
Good. That's good it happens while we're here.
Like just the past 2 hours or
Here,
something?
let's see.
Whoa, there's what's out there?
Alligator. Oh, it's a manatee from Florida.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it swam all the way here. Oh, it looks like a monster. It's floating
A huge lobster.
Not a monster.
Duh, spoken like a true lake person. I just realized I should probably check like high and low tide. Okay, so high tide, Tim, is in an hour. So it's going up still 0.15 meters. But then low tide will be at 2 in the morning. Okay, we can okay, so as long as we get through like 6:45, then we don't have to worry about it overnight. And then it'll be high tide again at 9:45 tomorrow. I think that's how this works. Ah! Staff is also now, for the first time all day, moving the chairs out, and it's going behind a building and near our room. Hopefully that means that it's safe, except for our room is lower than where the chairs are being stacked. Oh boy. Well, thanks, John, and good evening. Tonight's developing story: the largest waves the island of St. Croix has ever seen. Guests of this very hotel concerned they won't make it through the night without flooding. We'll continue developing this story as high tide is coming within the hour, and you'll have to subscribe and stay tuned to this episode to find out what happens.